because I arrived on Halloween night and I saw this big platter of candy that I assumed was in celebration of me coming home. And she explained, the concept of Halloween, and I thought, gosh, what a wonderful country. You just dress up and they give you candy. Anybody, even strangers.
So when you were 7, at this point you had a stepfather, and his brother, which was like your step uncle, touched you between your legs, and you told your mother, and then she sent you back to India. What was her reason for sending you away, and what was your interpretation as a child of why you were being sent away?
I think my mom just wanted to get me out of the situation quickly. She was also studying for her master's degree at night, and she was a nurse in the daytime. That was her day job. And, I think now if you talk to her, she would tell you I should have kicked him out of our house. But I don't think that my stepfather ever believed me. I remember talking to him about it and being very nervous. But I think that they got divorced because he, didn't believe that this was the case. So I was on a plane very quickly to India, where I stayed for a year and a half. I, did all of 3rd grade and part of 4th grade in India. And my impression was that I spoke up about what happened to me and I was sent away. As a 7-year-old, that is what it felt like. That is the evidence I had. If my mother said, I'm sending you away just to keep you safe, it certainly didn't go in any deep way. And so I think, that went very deep. That experience really left its mark for a whole host of reasons. I think, now my mother carries so much guilt about not only that episode, but of having to leave me in India from the ages of 2 and 4, where I didn't see either of my parents. I have no connection to my biological father. They separated when I was 1, and they legally divorced when I was 2. So, to me, my grandparents functioned, and my grandmother still functions as parents more than grandparents. And I'm very close to all my family in India, and I still go back very often. I think my mother, like most parents, did the best she could, but it was hard.
Was one of the lessons that you took away from this that if something happens to you, you should keep it a secret?
I think one of the lessons that I learned and internalized was that you shouldn't make waves. You'll just make it worse. And I think a lot of women feel like that about this topic. I also think a lot of immigrants don't want to give any excuse or give no quarter for being dismissed or not having an opportunity or not being able to stay in the country. I think both those things were at work.
So did you return to your home in America after your mother divorced?
Yes, I did. In fact, when I returned, my mother had moved from Queens into Manhattan, back to the Upper East Side, exactly 2 blocks from where her old apartment was. She worked at Sloan Kettering, and at that time they had subsidized housing, so that's where we were.
Why don't we take another break here, and then we'll talk some more. If you're just joining us, my guest is Padma Lakshmi, host of the new Hulu series Taste the Nation. She's also the creator of the series, and she's host and an executive producer on the series Top Chef. We'll be right back. This is Fresh Air.
Supporting WHYY, Bark Park, doggy daycare, grooming, a members-only dog park, and more. Bark Park, your dog's happy place.